Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. Today I'm so happy to be here today, and actually I'm going to be talking about 5 habits of highly successful people. And I don't know why this topic excites me so much. I don't know. Before we go into that, I'd like to let you know that success has no general definition for everyone, because being successful would mean different things for different persons. For some, they actually see being successful as being wealthy, while some it is fame, others it is happiness, for some it could be peace of mind. But today I'm going to be talking about 5 general habits that you can actually inculcate in order to be a successful individual. Okay, so one thing I like to emphasize is that know what success means to you. You can't judge your version of success to others, because everyone have their own different definition of success. The first habit of highly successful people is that they believe in themselves. So if you want to be successful, you have to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is actually a choice. You choose to do it. Most people who are actually successful now, they know quite well that they are not the most talented, they are not the most gifted, but all they do is just to believe in themselves and just tell themselves, I can actually make this happen, I can do this, I can do that. Another habit of highly successful people is that they take action. Yes, this action taking is so paramount. The problem with most of us is that we usually overthink things before we eventually put them into action, which is not supposed to be. Okay, this is just to let you know I'm going to be having a webinar coming up soon on how to deal with overthinking. That is actually not the topic. I'm just putting your suspense. But then if you know you overthink a lot, I think this webinar is actually going to be for you. All right, that being said, so it is actually very good to take action. Take action irrespective of how you feel. There will be days that you'll not be motivated. There will be days that you'll be down and hot. There will be times that you would like to overthink it. What if not? What will people say? What will happen? What will not happen? And all and all. But don't always overthink this thing. The best thing you can always do is you take action. This is what successful people do. And another one that is also interwoven is be willing to take a risk. Life is about risks. Let me tell you something. The fact that A ventured into a business and successful in it doesn't mean B will venture into the same business and be successful in it. So life is just all about it. You have to try it out, and if it doesn't work, then you move on. Failure is never a crime, of course. Nobody wants to fail. I myself, I don't want to fail. That is just me being realistic with you. But failure is actually a stepping stone to success. You must be willing to take risk. You must be willing to take action. Let me remind you of something, that people don't get paid for what they know. They get paid for what they do. And whatsoever you don't start doesn't grow. You must also know that you don't have to always get it right at first. It doesn't have to be clear. The road does not have to be smooth. Everything must not be well stated or properly planned all the time. It is not compulsory. Yes, I'm saying this. The dream does not have to look very clear and visible to even you yourself. The most important thing is you know what you want to achieve or where you want to go. You know why. Once you know the why, the how can always change irrespective of the situation. So the most important thing is to take a step. Take a step today. You get to learn. You get feedback from people. Of course, you might even get criticism, but always know that this is a journey to success. It doesn't go smooth, but before then, you must take action. You must be willing to take the risk as a successful person. Another one is consistency. Successful people are usually consistent. Consistency can be very difficult. Sometimes it is actually easy to start, but consistently, like doing it repeatedly, doing it continually, even times that you don't feel like, times that you feel like, you have to just stay consistent with this. Actually, I think discipline can also help with consistency, but consistency is another thing on its own. zone. So whatsoever thing you're doing, whatsoever business you're doing, even in your career, you have to, anything you know that you lay your hands on, you have to be consistent about it. It is something that you do repeatedly that people get to recognize you for. So you have to recognize all these little steps. One thing that actually interests me well about the habits of highly successful people is that they behave like a pro. You know, there's always a saying that you fake it until you make it. Yes, this is a controversial saying. Depends on the angle you're coming from. Faking it till you make it, it's not as complex as you think. It's not about living a fake life or something. It is just acting in line to what you want to be perceived as or how you want to see yourself. For instance, you want to be known as a leader, you want to be known as a great leader and influencer. So you have to start acting like one. You have to be able to volunteer in little groups. You know, I can actually do this. There's the way you bring up yourself and people feel like, okay, I think she's actually a leader. So you have to be able to fake this thing until you become what you actually want to be. So this is a point of behaving like a pro. You don't act like a professional when you become professional. You act like a pro before you even get there, and when you get there, people are already used to seeing you that way and you're on top of your game. Okay, by now I know I've surpassed my 5 habits already, but let me quickly chip this in. Successful people are usually willing to learn. This point is actually very valuable because for you to be successful, you must be willing to learn from others. It's not just about your own mistake. It's not just about falling and rising. You must be willing to learn from people, ask questions. Okay, how did you do this? Successful people, we are not always satisfied. So don't be satisfied with knowledge. Don't be complacent. Don't feel like you know enough already. You must be willing to learn day by day. So the last note of highly successful people is that successful people don't give up. Yes, the road will not be always smooth. Let me sound this to your hearing. The road will not be always smooth. Things are not always as beautiful as it is presented on the camera. There are a lot of things behind the scene. This is something that you should always have right inside, between, on, or before in your mind, that the road will not always be smooth, but then the major goal is to achieve the dream. Okay, I know time will not permit me, like I actually know this already. So I would just like you to drop 1 or 2 points that you know that highly successful people also practice, and also state one particular habit that you want to improve on in order to achieve this goal of a highly successful person. For me, one thing I want to work majorly on is my willingness to learn. Like this year, I told myself I'm going to acquire so much knowledge, as much as I can, and I'm going to know. I'm not just going to acquire this knowledge, I'm going to put them into practice. Yes, this is one habit I really want to work on. Tell me, what is the habit that you want to improve on as a highly successful person? I'd love to see you again next time. Stay tuned and stay blessed. Thank you so much. Bye.